IELTS Listening Mini Practice Test. Now turn to Section 1. Section 1. First, you have some time to look at the question. Listen carefully and answer 1 to 20.
Renewable energy systems are becoming increasingly important as global energy demand continues to rise. One of the main advantages of renewable energy is the reduction of carbon emissions, which helps to limit climate change. In contrast, fossil fuels are considered finite resources and cannot meet long-term energy needs. Solar power works by converting sunlight into electricity using photovoltaic cells. These solar panels are most commonly installed on rooftops, particularly in urban areas. Their efficiency largely depends on panel orientation, as well as exposure to sunlight throughout the day. Another key source of renewable energy is wind power, which relies on moving air to generate electricity. Wind turbines are frequently located in coastal or mountainous areas, where wind speeds are higher. Modern turbines can reach heights of over 100 meters, although their visual impact is sometimes criticized. Offshore wind farms produce large amounts of energy, but they are more expensive to maintain due to harsh sea conditions. In addition, wind output is heavily affected by weather variability. Hydroelectric power generates electricity by using flowing water. While large dams can disrupt river ecosystems, they provide reliable energy. Pumped storage systems are used to balance energy supply during periods of high demand. Smaller hydro installations are particularly suitable for rural communities and have relatively low maintenance costs. Hydropower plants are also notable for their long operational lifespans. Looking to the future, energy storage will be essential for ensuring system stability, especially as renewable sources increase. Battery technology is developing rapidly, supported by government policy, which strongly influences energy investment. Public acceptance of renewable projects depends on clear communication about benefits and risks. Ultimately, long-term success will require international cooperation.
Now turn to Section 2. First, you have some time to look at the question. Listen carefully and answer 21 to 40.
Having discussed the main types of renewable energy, I'd now like to focus on evaluation and challenges. Adoption of renewable energy is increasing primarily because global energy demand continues to rise. However, solar power still faces limitations, particularly in relation to energy storage, as electricity must be used or stored when it is generated. Solar panels perform best when they are south-facing, maximizing exposure to sunlight. In contrast, wind turbines are unsuitable in locations with consistently low wind speeds. Offshore wind farms are increasingly favored because they generate more power than onshore installations, although noise levels remain a concern for nearby communities. Hydroelectric dams are often criticized for their impact on river ecosystems, despite their ability to provide long-lasting energy. Pumped storage systems play an important role by balancing energy supply during peak demand periods. Small-scale hydro projects are particularly beneficial for remote areas that lack access to national grids, and hydropower plants are valued for their long operational lifespan. Energy storage is essential because renewable sources are intermittent. Battery development is strongly supported by government policy, which also influences investment decisions. Public resistance to renewable projects is often linked to a lack of information, highlighting the importance of effective communication that emphasizes long-term benefits. Finally, international cooperation is necessary to share expertise and accelerate progress. The lecturer argues that future energy systems will be highly integrated and that investment depends heavily on policy stability. Policymakers face the challenge of balancing priorities, but technological innovation remains essential. In conclusion, renewable energy success ultimately requires public cooperation rather than short-term planning.
That's the end of the test. Check your answer here in the next screen.